Friday again, after a busy week. I was catching an 8 o'clock train on Monday morning, and between Monday and Thursday evening, I think I calculated that I was working for 64 hours, which is not particularly healthy. But it's been a busy week. On Monday, we obviously completed the second reading of the EU Withdrawal Bill with a significant majority in favour of the government's position. And again on Tuesday we won the vote in relation to the finance bill, which means that the government finances are in place for the rest of the year, which is fairly important, as you can gather. On Wednesday, obviously, we had another busy day in relation to parliamentary activity. But from my perspective, the good news on Wednesday was the publication of unemployment figures. Now, since I've been elected and since this Conservative government has been in place, one of the key success stories has been the huge growth in employment and the fall in unemployment. The figures are dramatic for the whole of the United Kingdom. The Financial Times has described our economy as a job creation miracle, and we are now the second best performing country in the world in terms of the number of people as a percentage of the population who are in work. And the good news is that whilst London is still doing really well, the second best performance since 2010 has been Wales, and I think we should be proud of that. And Aberconwy is no different. In the last year we've seen an 18% fall in unemployment here in Aberconwy, and since I was elected in 2010, Conservative Party policies have ensured that unemployment in this constituency have fallen by almost 50%, and we should be proud of that fact. Because after all, every single person, every single family who are enjoying the fact that somebody's now going to work, earning a living, paying their way, are making a real difference to society. So we should be proud of those figures, I certainly am. It's a Conservative success story, and it remains a fact that not once has the Labour Party left government with unemployment lower than when they went into government. Obviously, every time we go into government, we clean up the mess, we create jobs, because we know how to run the economy properly. Thursday was another busy day in Westminster, and I responded to a debate about energy policy in Wales. And I have to be honest, there are good MPs and there are bad MPs, but a very decent MP is Albert Owen from Anglesey. And yes, before anybody says anything, he is a Labour Party member, but he put on a very thoughtful speech highlighting the need for nuclear energy in North Wales, highlighting the need for a diverse energy mix in North Wales, and it was a pleasure to agree with almost every single point he made. There was a significant difference, I would argue, between the mature and thoughtful comments made by Albert Owen and the party political posturing of Chris Ruane from the Vale of Clwyd. But then I think the difference is that Chris Ruane is wedded to momentum and the Corbyn view of the world, whereas Albert Owen is an old-fashioned Welsh Labour type. It was a good debate, well chaired by Ian Paisley, and it's well worth a read on Hansard if you're interested in energy policy. And today, Friday, back in the constituency, as I always say, if anybody wants a surgery appointment, then we have a number of surgeries being held in all parts of the constituency over the 3-week conference recess. But as always, the office is here. You're more than welcome to book in to come in on any Friday.